What's your name?
Carl.
Carl, when did you start rope walking?
I started about 2 years ago. Started the first lockdown in the 2020 pandemic.
And did you do it on your own, or you had a trainer?
No, I started out with my younger brother. We started going together just with the nice sunny days in between like two little trees and a short little line.
And what is the most difficult part of rope walking?
The most difficult part at the start is the concentration and trying to keep focused on the line, especially when you get into longer distances. You can feel yourself losing concentration and stop focusing on the line, and it's about coming back and bringing it back to the line and being present and stuff like that. And it takes practice, and that's probably that and the core.
And how did you plan? I mean, how did you start with it, and what was the motivation?
The motivation, there was no real motivation really. It was to get out of the house, and I spent 1 week inside at the start of the pandemic, and I thought, can only play so much PlayStation, I gotta get out. So there was no real plan. I kind of had heard about highlining and this different realm of it where it was done really high up and stuff, but it was nothing really. It hadn't hit Ireland very. There wasn't much of it in Ireland, I guess.
And how long did it take for you to balance on the rope for the first time?
I'd say it took about a week to...
Just in a week?
A week, yeah. So I've been skateboarding about 7 years, so it helps with the balance and like that feeling of being on one leg and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're skating, a lot of the time you're kind of balancing with the brake, and it's the same feeling of kind of keeping that core balance and stuff like that.
So do you skateboard at Beavis Park?
No, I just cruise. So I just hill bomb and just go along paths and stuff. I use it for form of transport.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
You know, I have a skateboard as well. I started learning skateboarding from Beavis Park.
Oh really? Yeah, I'm so poor at tricks. I can't do any tricks. So
I couldn't.
No,
Me too.
I
was
can
busy.
only skate fast.
All right. So, what is the first thing that you will tell people like me to start rope walking with? Like, how do you? It's very high line. So, how did you get onto this wire?
I'd say the first thing is be patient with it. Do you want me to show you?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the first thing is to just be patient, I guess, and just get used to falling and enjoy falling. That's
your skateboard, yeah?
Yeah, this is the skateboard with the cruiser wheel.
How did you bring the line down?
So, because it's quite high, I have to use this. It's usually used as an anchor, but I can use it to pull down the line.
Now, how do you get down?
A couple ways. It depends if you want to. Up high, you try to sit down to save your knees. sometimes it's unplanned. You have to just grab the line in between your armpits.
Oh, you lost the concentration. You don't have to talk when you skateboarding, yeah?
What?
You have to be in the moment when
In
you...
the moment, exactly.
you cannot talk to somebody
no,
and...
You can't think of other things. But, what was I saying? It's, yeah, you have to be present. You can, yeah, so you sit down on it, you just try to land on your feet. That's the biggest thing. And then in the high lining, when you're attached to the rope up high, you just go head first. That's the difference. You don't want to get them mixed up.
Great. I was really amazed when you got onto the wire and balanced yourself.
Yeah, it takes practice.
And you did it on your own. You didn't have a trainer.
Yeah, I started slacklining low with my brother, and then I learned this myself.
And how old is your brother?
He is 22 now.
So was he your trainer?
No, we were both we bounced ideas off each other. He certainly was better than me when he started, but he stopped when the first lockdown ended. So I kept going with it. So he never really got onto this kind of lines, unfortunately.
Did you have, like, you've tied a line here? Did you ever have a kind of protest from the people around? No.
Not really. There's been one or two times maybe people have been unhappy because they thought it was damaging trees, but we use felt liners to wrap the trees to protect the bark, and yeah, we do a lot of kind of things so we practice leave no trace and stuff like that. Yeah, just to respect the environment and stuff. But we've had one or two people complaining that we were harming trees and threat to their children and stuff like
and what
that.
is the best part of rope walking? Or what do you call it? Slacklining?
Slacklining, yeah, exactly. It's just so relaxing. It's just probably one of the best highs, the best natural highs you can think of. It's just such a bizarrely simple thing to do, is just like have a rope between 2 points and just walk it. It's just, there's no, yeah, it's so complicated, but it's so straightforward at the same time. It's so beautiful. Yeah, okay. And there's a great community. There's the people that do it are really inspiring, and they're like go-getters, and they push the limits and they push what's possible all the time.
So it's just amateur. You've got no plans to go professional?
You know, it's such a hard sport to go professional in, especially because it's still in the kind of baby phase of slacklining. It's only been around about 40 years, 50 years. So tightrope walking has been around a little longer, but the bounce and stuff, people are now in Europe starting to throw flips into it, and yeah, starting to
Have you heard about Houdini?
Houdini?
Yeah.
The magician?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have indeed. I have.
He used to do it as well.
He used to do tightrope walking?
Yeah.
No way. I didn't know that.
I just heard about it.
That wasn't I presume that wasn't a magic trick now, that was practice. But it's, yeah, it's good. It's a beautiful thing like that. You have to catch it in between your armpit. That's like best practice.
Catch what?
The line. So when
you get on the line?
When you slip it, when you're walking and you have a feeling that you're gonna fall, you slip it, the line so it slides, and this way will go here, your main and torso legs will go here, and the line will go up here, and it will slap, and it hurts as shit the first time. It's so sore, because it's just a whip, but it means it slows the force in which you hit the ground, because it almost catches you, and you get kind of lowered down to the ground. So it is safer, but at the start you're black and blue up the side, your biceps, your your triceps, your chest, your armpit, everything, and then yeah, just all along your legs, because you're always crawling along the line, so it's good fun though. It's worth it.
Did you ever fell off the line?
Yeah, I do fall, like as you kind of see in the halfway, you do fall a good bit, but
any injuries?
Not really. I went in between, the line has gone in between my legs once. You only ever make that mistake once, and you never make that mistake again when it goes in between your legs. I've face planted off it once, not this high. You have to be careful, you have to know your limits. When you push it, you have to balance in between pushing your limits but in a safe manner, because it's not the type of thing you want to get flung off, because you're not going to have very many years of slacklining if you start throwing yourself off to the side and stuff like that.
If you really want to start
To get into slacklining, best way to do it is to get a Gibbon slackline. It's 2 inches wide with a ratchet, and you set it up 8 meters wide. It's double the length of this, and you just 1 foot, your strong foot on the line, and you just stand up onto it. And you'll feel uneasy, you'll fall to the side, you stand back up onto it. You fall to the side, you stand back up onto it. You just keep doing that, and then all of a sudden it will just click. It will be like that, and you'll be able to stay a little bit on the line, and then once you're comfortable with that, then start thinking about taking a step. Don't, like, people have this false idea that momentum helps, that if they run and they jump on the line, they're going to keep moving across it. It's the worst way to approach it. Slow it down completely. It has to be just totally refined. Everything is super slow on it. Momentum definitely doesn't help. So it's all about just persistence, getting back up, falling down, and just getting used to that and stuff like that. Yeah, just taking a step slowly but surely. That's how to do it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And how many hours do you practice now?
I probably practice, so I've been here since about 3, so yeah, so 2.5. I'll probably be here another hour or something like that. So.
And how many days in a week?
3 days. If I'm lucky, 3 days. Realistically, 2. I kind of, now that the days are longer, it's a slackline is paradise, because after work you can go out and you can set it in the evening sun and stuff like that. Winter takes more practice, and when you're working and it's dark at 4:30, you very rarely get the opportunity. So summer is really amazing.
So you have to be before the sunset.
Yeah, before sunset. It definitely doesn't help being in the dark. It's, you know, it's just people do it, but it's just an extra challenge.
All right, thank you.